we start, I want you to take a look at that first one. It says, working alone, Kayla can mop a warehouse in 9 hours. Kristen can mop the same warehouse in 8 hours. If they work together, how long would it take them? So I want you to estimate, think about what you think that answer might be. Just think about it for a moment. I want you to talk to your group about that. What do you think is an estimate, a good estimate for that answer would be? It's really, you should be doing this when you're doing these problems, so you make sure that that makes sense. So I just want you to talk to your group about it.
I'll say around 4 hours. Yeah, 4.5 hours. Eating all right.
Okay, so I'm going to call on a couple groups back here. What do you think? 5 hours is what this group said. I'm going to look at another group. This group here.
No, we said 4 hours.
Okay. So both of those are good answers. Why is, say, one is 9 and one is 8? Why is 8.5 not a good answer? Because sometimes students want to take the average of them.
It goes above the 1 hour.
It goes above the 8 hours and it takes one of them. So that's why I wanted you to think about what makes sense. Okay, so the way we're going to do this is we're going to start out making a table. We're going to say part done 1 hour. And then part done together. And so we've got 2 people. We have Kayla and Kristen. I'm going to abbreviate that, Chris. So we need to define our variable. What are we being asked in this problem?
The hours.
There can be more information than that.
The hours needed to clean the room.
So the hours that one of them takes, hours that, that's right. The number of hours it takes them to do the job together.
Yeah, I got hours. I said hours.
And what about hours?
I think that's what we're trying to find. Hours.
Yeah, but the number of hours takes them to do the job together because there's a lot of hours there. Okay, so Kayla takes 9 hours. What fractional part of the job does she get done in 1 hour?
1/8. The 9th.
1/9. Does that make sense? Absolutely not. So it takes her 9 hours to do the job. So in 1 hour, she does 1/9 of the job.
You can understand that. Oh, yeah.
So what about Kristen? If it takes her 8 hours, what fractional part does she do in 1 hour? 1/8. Okay. So I'm going to ask this group here. Okay. In 2 hours, what fractional part does Kayla do? 2/9. In 3 hours?
3 hours.
3/9. In X hours, what fractional part would Kayla do? In X hours, what fractional part would she do? X. So in 4 hours, what fractional part does she do?
4/9.
4/9. In X hours, what fractional part does she do?
Please look way down.
Think about it, because it's not that hard when I say 1 hour, 1/9, 2 hours, 2/9, 3 hours, 3/9, X hours, what fractional part? X over 9. So what fractional part, this group, what fractional part does Kristen do in X hours? Good. So what we're going to do is we're going to use that last column here. So we're going to use the last column to see how long it would take them to do the job together. So we're going to use the x over 9 plus x over 8. And this is the part that Kayla does. This is the part that Kristen does. And it's equal to 1 full job. Okay, so how would we solve that? We've been doing problems like that. How would we solve that?
I want to find the common
We
denominator.
want to find the common denominator. So this group here, what would the common denominator be? 72. So the least common denominator is 72. So what do we need to multiply top and bottom of this one by? This first fraction.
7 sevens.
8
Oh,
and 8. And then somebody else in the group, what would we multiply the top and bottom of this one by to get the bottom of 72? This group. Besides Derek. Showing that 8 times 9 is 72. What would we multiply top and bottom of this by? 9. That's right. And then anybody in the group, we have to do this one also. What do we multiply top and bottom of that 1 by? 72. Don't forget that. Okay, so we get 8x over 72 plus 9x over 72 equals 72 over 72. So this group here, what would my next step be?
Combine the 8 and 9.
So could we get rid of the fractions first? That's not wrong, but could we get rid of the fractions first? Okay, how do we do that?
Times everything by 72.
That's right. Kristen, I need you just to be quiet, please. Thank you. So I get 8x plus 9x is 72. So somebody else besides Nolan in this group, what do we do next to solve this?
Combine my 10.
Yep, which adds to how much?
17x.
Yep. Divide by 17. Yeah, it's not hard, is it?
Oh.
And so we are rounding to the nearest hundredth. So you'll need a calculator. You're not going to do that in your head. So this group here, tell me what the answer would be to the nearest hundredth.
4.2, 23, 5.
And the number next to the 3 is a 5. So is it 24? Or, yeah, okay, 4.24. And then what are the units? Thank you, those of you who are sitting quietly. Hours.
I already know the hours.
Good. So that's how long it takes them to do the job together. So go ahead and do the U try. You're doing that. Number 2. You're doing number 2.
Wait, do we have to do all this, or can we just see through?
I'm just showing you how it works.
Why do I see through live? Hey, I was exactly 8 hours and 50 with you. Actually, 16. Exactly on the center. For sure. Was we don't actually 16 months. I'm so confused. Oh, and then you multiply by 2. I didn't know. Yes. There you go. Well, you can't use that. And you multiply by what, 16? So what do you cancel out? 2x plus x. No, I don't use
I'm not.
it's okay as long as I'm in now.
Thank you.
I think this is Bello. They're making them.
I don't know. It says,
Oh, I got the answer. No, yeah, no, that's actually right. I'm yes. I'm yes. I'm fucking yes. Yeah. Keep you awake. And right your LED. You should. Alright? Oh, very good. No, you don't. I got it. That's 6. Yeah, that's why you're the math. That's why you're the math. No. I actually got that right. You got that right. Oh, you do 16 out of that way. It's 16 out of that way. How'd you get 6? No, hold on. I got it. Yes. It's 5.3. 5.3 what? Repeating. 5.3 what?
so we're rounding the nearest hundred.
And 5.33 hours.
Aiden, come on now.
Haircut. Yeah, I got a haircut.
I got what you got.
I didn't know that I would.
I showed a photo of you.
I know haircut.
I'll show a photo of you.
Do we need to yell across the room, please? He's not.
Certified organization.
Okay, so the answer on this one should be 5.33 hours. Questions on that? Want to go on to the last one? That one's a little different. So I need you guys to pay attention to do one like this, yes. So it says working alone, Daniel can inflate 20 balloons in 12 minutes. One day his friend Eros helped him and it took only 6.24 minutes. How long would it take Eros to do it alone? So same thing, part done. 1, what goes here? Part done 1. What are the units? Really? Are we that immature? No, part done 1, what? What's the unit? It's not hours.
Minutes.
Minute. And then part done together. So this time, we want to know, what is it that we want to know? question asking on this one?
How long would it take? Arrows.
Oh, arrows all over the willow. The wilbur.
Why is Wilbur out?
Down next to the dog.
The correction. So Daniel does it in 12 minutes. So what part of the job does Daniel do in 1 minute? This group back here. 112, good. Okay, so Arrows does it alone in X minutes. So anybody know what fractional part he would do in 1 minute? We don't know how long it takes, and we know it's X minutes. So what's going to go in the denominator this time? X. So it's 1 over X. Does that make sense? The variable is in a different place now. So part done together, it says it took them 6.24 minutes to do it together.
So it's just the same thing with like subtractive.
I guess in the end, yeah. So part done together is 6.24 minutes to do it together. So Daniel does what fractional part in 2 minutes?
X over 12.
In 2 minutes, what fractional part does Daniel do in 2 minutes?
He does 1/6.
2/12 or 1/6. What fractional part does he do in 3 minutes?
1/4.
3/12 or 1/4. What fractional part does Daniel do in 6.24 minutes?
Around 1/2.
Exactly. Okay, this is here. In 1 minute, it takes Daniel, and Daniel does 1/12 of the job. 2 minutes, he does what fractional part? 2/12. 3 minutes? And 6.24 minutes? Yes, 6.24 over 12. Good job. So what is the part done together for this one here?
How about Eros?
So Eros does 1 over X in 1 minute. In 2 minutes, he does. I'm not sure why that name is so funny to you guys.
You remove it as it means something different.
Oh, does it?
That's why I'm laughing.
You know what that was. So 2 over X is 2 minutes. 6.24 minutes would be 6.24 over X. Okay, I'm going to call on a group. Let's see, this group back here. Tell me how to set it up. We're going to use this column here. Good. Good. Equals 1. Good. It's always one job. And so this same group, what would my least common denominator be? 12x. That's right. So if my LCD is 12x, what do I multiply the numerator and denominator by on this one here? X. This group back here, what do I multiply the numerator and denominator by in this second fraction? 12. What about the last one? Good, 12x over 12x. So we get 6.24x over 12x plus 6.24 times 12. We need to use a calculator. 74.88. And that's equal to 12x over 12x. So good. I'm going to get rid of that denominator, so multiply both sides by the 12x. we get 6.24x plus 74.88 equals 12x. And the same group here again. What is the next step? Yep. We get 74.88. Is equal to 5.76x, and then we divide by 5.76. And we get what do we get for our answer? 13. It's 13 what? Raise your hand, please.
Is it 5.7?
13 minutes this time. That's how long it takes Edos to do it on his own. What was your question?